everyone, and happy time zone. Tootsie Bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Enotria from memory, where I try to beat this game without looking anything up whatsoever. We're heading to Latumnia today, and hopefully this goes... Hopefully I can find stuff. I think... Shoot, where... I think it was actually School of Zani. Yeah, apparently nobody told me yesterday, or apparently my, audio yesterday was all messed up, and nobody told me. Like, come on, people, you can tell me these things. Monastery of Mayan might have been the better one. Thinking on it. There we go. Because I have to go down here anyway. And then up through here. Yeah, I probably should have... Oh well. Probably should start from Monastery Maya. I am keeping an eye kind of on my bitrate, and apparently it is really not hacking for me. Something about audio incompatibility, it says, but then it just says that the bitrate is too high. So I have no idea what's going on there. That is wrong. I should really just start with Monastery of Maya. Actually, I can probably sneak my way over here. Hi. Oh my. There we go. I'm honestly surprised that somewhere this dreary, for lack of a better term, can exist somewhere as bright as Quinta. Upsy daisy! And I fell immediately back down because I wasn't paying attention. Bravo! Good bird. Bravo. Because if you look at it, all nice and sunny, and you can see the sunny continue. Up until you actually enter the monastery. I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about...
You succeed! Stop blaming your life and never rest!
jumping around like a maniac. Because I believe we went... Yeah, I think there was a way to get around and actually get here early. I could be wrong. Actually, hang on. Let's go back to that one section. Because there is a door on the west cliff. Or not on, but by the west cliff. Oh, and it looks like my bitrate is stable now. Yay! I genuinely don't know what goes on with that. Bitrate is a form of sorcery I am not fluent in. Requires a key. Still don't have that. It's possible that that's in Latimnia, but I have to make sure that I don't go into the main boss of the area until I'm well, pretty much are fully done with everything I can get my hands on. That was the mistake I made my first go around. I locked myself out of a quest that way, and probably a god. I love the music in this game, honestly. Even if it is just a tambourine. Hello. Aha! Episthates. I will gladly take that. Nothing there. Alright. I do remember the docks actually being something of a problem. For a couple different reasons. Mainly the boss at the end of them. Being honest. I remember that one taking me a while. And that's kind of without factoring in the dogs at all. This boss is, I think, that one? Yeah. I need Vis for you. Okay, okay. I remember that stupid automaton taking me forever. Or, not forever, but a while. And I actually, because I think I got here earlier than I was intended to, I believe that I thought this was a dead end. And that I'd completely wasted my time. Like, I could be completely wrong, and I could have just been dumb. But if I'm remembering this correctly, I came through here early. Didn't realize I'd come through early. And screwed myself over.
Steadfast as an oak, stern as a ship's bow, so defined the leader is. Yet those who long to lead never should. Blinded by loyalty I was, blind to the hunger within him. Well, bygones be bygones. Time for a change of leadership. Someone twice as dashing with thrice the charm. Do you not agree? Your silent judgment wounds me, dear friend. My charms will whittle you down as they do all. You will see. Your silent judge, you will see.
I do like Pulcinella as a character. Even though if I ever met him in real life, I'd punch his lights out. Not gonna lie. I'd probably get my ass kicked, because I'm willing to bet he's not really one to be trifled with. But I'd punch his lights out. It would be worth it. Can I... Hello? There's a chest. Thank you! There was a chest. It wasn't letting me get the chest. Sniped me. Who was it? Who was it? Oh, you bastard. Fragment of the Combaccio. There's a knock. I should probably collect the stuff on here first. Hi! You're dead. This is a Souls game. Enemies don't swim. I really should go back and check out the rest of what's there. Or is there anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I love this place as far far as the atmosphere goes. It reminds me a lot of yours. Of the power of Latria from Demon Souls and Bloodborne in general. And that atmosphere? Yeah, I like that kind of atmosphere. So calming about it. And yes, I'm aware of how fucked up that is to say about Latria in particular. But hey. I've always been more at home in the gloom. Sun. Harbor area doesn't last for very long. We've got a path that leads off into the swamps. Alright then. Yeah, because that leads into the actual city of Latomia. Yes, or not quite. Not quite. Concerned about Maya, honestly. I believe that's actually a boss fight down there. I got greedy. I should have healed. That said, nice to know I can half the thing before I even get there. Or well, before I even enter. Provided I take out everything on the way up there without using any of my goodies whatsoever. You gonna run off the edge again? Yes. Okay. So that's a pretty reliable method of getting rid of that guy. Which is honestly kind of fine with me. Surprised I actually didn't get jumped stairs. I usually get jumped by guys on stairs. I think I understand why most enemies are actually resistant to beasts. Or, Phospho. Why do I keep saying beasts? And I am very much willing to bet. Are you kidding me? Oh! Hello, Kay! How are you today? Yes, I changed the way my stream looks. Not really UI, it's... Yeah, so, because I stream... Or, well, I was streaming directly from PlayStation, so it was literally just the gameplay. But now I have a laptop and a capture card, so I can actually have some of the fun stuff show up on screen. Like, redeem something. Just real quick. Even if it's just the, you're here. I just almost fell to my death. Yes, I got a laptop. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. Yeah, no mom laptop. But because I have my own laptop and a capture card, I can stream through OBS instead of directly through the PlayStation. And because I can stream through OBS now, I can personalize the way my stream looks. Which is really nice because I've had a lot of these the artworks I use for it sitting around for literal years with just nothing to do with them. Oh boy. How am I doing? Normally definitely be safe enough to do something. Damn it. The crab smoke is rough. Crab smoke is really rough. But yeah, I do eventually want to get a, even if not VTuber, a PNG that I can break up easily. Oh, and my target left me. But because of the laptop was not cheap, and part of that I think is a lot of oh dear. Artificial shortage. But is there a mask that won't let me get one tapped? I have no idea. Honestly. To be fair, I'm on New Game Plus, but these are my stats. Bruiser is my health. So I have 45 points in health. I just kind of have to, I don't actually know what the soft cap is. I want this crab dead, though. I think that the key to this one was just to not go very far. And so long as you didn't go very far, it wasn't going to do that stupid gas attack. It might be 50. Honestly, poison is the trickiest status ailment to deal with in this game. Because every single status ailment has a positive and a negative effect. It's a trade-off. I don't remember what exactly it's called once you actually inflict it. But the red one, Sakuro, oh dear. When you inflict that thing, then anytime you land an attack on an enemy with that status effect, anytime you inflict any damage, you wind up getting health back for it. Which is probably why it's the single most resistant damage type in the game. Like, you deal Fauto damage, there's a chance that you build up, I call it the juice box status effect. I don't know what the positive effect of the juice box status effect is. It sounds kind of low. Yeah, I've noticed that. I've been trying to figure out... Oh dear. I'm gonna have to figure out something, for that. For now, I can just talk louder than I normally do. But that's not going to cut it all the time. I also can move my mic closer to my face. But I am going to have to configure something in regards to mic settings. And that's... I'm actually gonna wind up doing research on that one instead of just playing around with it. Because I don't want to break my headphones. Where is the guy? Though you are peculiar, without place in the natural order. Free. OBS does have a turn-up option. Problem being... Let's look here. My mic volume is already at 150%. And it was going into the red when I did 170, like frequently going into the red when I did 175. I can try 160. Does this work? Is that louder for you? Then allow me to grant you one. Take this key and seek the seed eternal within the sunken monastery. Thank you! For only from it can the future sprout and hope blossom. Only you can mend Maya's wilted soul. Sounds normal. Okay. Yay! So 160 is the sweet spot then. Yeah, going into the red. So in OBS, there are 3 bars. At least as far as the audio settings. One is the actual desktop audio, which if you redeem something, that'll show. Or I believe someone yesterday did bits and that went through. Which I actually did spend a lot of time on the alert box drawings. So pardon if I... Like, I'm not even joking. I've had the artwork on this, like... Here. sitting around for over a year. So yeah. So you can't really blame me for wanting to point that out. But each of those 3 volume bars, currently at the bottom of OBS, because I don't really want to mess around with the format until I know exactly what I'm looking at all the time, is a volume. It's volume. And they constantly go up or down when I'm talking. And when the ambient sound. Most of the bar is green. But there's also yellow and red. I don't think I want it to be constantly in the red. I don't know exactly what the red does, but generally speaking, red is bad. Generally speaking, when we're talking about bars with green, yellow, and red, red is bad. This swampy section, I think, is just for the giant crab and the key. Now that I have that key, I couldn't remember exactly where it was. But I got it anyway. So, I need to actually... Do I want to try and press forward a bit? Because if I get in there... Yeah, let's press forward. Take you into my juice box. That is some damage. Boy. But Russia is the white one there. The white status effect. That will regenerate your health for a bit, but if you get hit while you're affected with Gracia, it will explode and deal massive damage. I forget what the purple one does. But the reason poison is so tricky to work around is because even just getting close to poison will poison you. Hold up, compendium. Power of change. Nope. Story, nope. Nope. Oh! Hey! Thank you for the redeem, okay? I need to make that bigger on my screen, huh? Oh. Deemed a joke. Oh! I legitimately thought there was a boss here. I legitimately thought there was a boss here. Okay, okay.
Ah, Unya. The beacon of knowledge turned more.
It is giving boss. This entire area very much gives boss arena vibes. And that's because this is the last area in the game.
Countless sagely scholars and neurotic nobles sought the answers to all. Experiments extravagant, depravity divine, dug too deep, too greedy, the eternal folly of man.
Sorry, last major area. There's still one more after that, but that is essentially just the final boss, that last area.
And it is you, my dearest, who must pluck the two crown jewels of this cursed crown. Pantalone, grand merchant of greed. Barazzone, magister of tainted knowledge. Ever fighting, ever present. Dive within the storm's eye and unite the arrogant in death. Pantalone, dive within the storm's eye and unite the arrogant in death.
Cherry. Alright. So, now that I have that stupid key, let us go and collect the seed to give to Maya. I genuinely forgot where this key was. Like, I knew it was somewhere. Towards the end of Felicia Magna or beginning of Autumnia. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a problem if I leave you. I'm not that stupid. I don't really consider myself all that intelligent, but I'm definitely not that stupid. Okay, I get that y'all are puppets, but you could move people. Again, puppets, not statues. Or have you no master left to pull the strings? Continuity feed. State. I'd very much like to know why this one building from Maya's monastery ended up all the way over here. There is no map in this game, but Maya's monastery is up that way. Did someone throw it? Actually, I wouldn't put it past Arlecchino to have thrown it. size of pea. I guess you could say that, although in this case the pea would be Pantalone. Or not Pantalone, Pulcinella. Ruined my own joke. Also Pulcinella's influence. Because this guy over here is so not trustworthy.
Ah, if it isn't my ciao, masterless one.
Alrighty then. Maya. I have a seed for you.
The star. Light to guide us from the darkness. Precious as a drop. Deadly as a flood. Such is the nature of hope. How used I was to thirst. I embraced weakness. Hid from the world. Your greatest strength is to inspire. Divine and men alike. Change is coming. Come, puppet. I seek your audience.
Okay, what else do you have to say?
How comforting your silence is. A break from Machinate's droning. I wish to thank you. I believed myself master of life and death. I thought there was no stone left to peer beneath. How wrong you proved me, puppet dear. You have granted me a spark of hope. I will kindle thy flame. For that, you have my eternal gratitude.
Oh! You have... I never got that.
So hope may yet
Maya's role. That could be useful. And I have nothing for you.
I like the sound of two.
So currently we have life and death over there, war in the basement, and then a merchant deity over here.
The chariot, reckless charge.
The rider tries to tame. Believe it or not,
We know.
a thing or
Two.
about duality.
A thief I was, fame I sought, a golden spider I caught. Well thought me.
A minor deity, as greed of man grew, so too did I. Yet here I am a token, merged with a fly.
Ungrateful much?
Me? Never, my magnificent merchant.
Ooh, what kind of brownie?
We took too much.
Ignored the signs? Comeuppance came as curse.
Yet we can taste the freedom.
Metallic, and so it does glisten.
How beautifully appropriate. Lustful coin, our fate sealed.
A coin our savior is. Ow! You hour! We've got plenty of spares.
Maya gave me a sword. Just a normal brownie. What do you mean by normal? There's no such thing as normal when it comes to food. Because everybody does food differently. I believe the one Maya gave was a purple sword. Waning Petal. Well, yes, but does the chocolate brownie have chocolate chips? Okay, no, that's no chocolate chips. Because, see, when I think of a normal brownie, even the brownie mixes we get around here have some kind of chocolate chip in them. That or it's just how my sister cooks it. It is very rare for us to not to have a chipless brownie. Strange as that sounds. Shit, that was... Okay, this sword is actually really fast. But I think I want my Vermilion Pastoral back for now. You. Which one did you request first off? I offer you this bargain. For 3 riddles you must offer the answer. As recompense, I shall unveil the very secrets of the cosmos to you. Now let us begin. Brains not brawn define you. You slice, you dice, but never flesh. The only other type of brownie you had was a nut brownie. Okay. Who are you? Your wit is justified. Seek me deeper in the city where the second riddle wins. Okay, so... yeah. Oh? I still haven't gotten around to the joke! Oh my, that went red. Like, thank you for the routine, but I still haven't even gotten around to your joke. Ah! I hope that suffices for the vocal sound effect. I'm drawing a blank on the joke. As blank as my character's face, it would seem. That's gonna have to suffice. I apologize. Could have combined it. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, you. Something spawned in, but I don't know where. There we go. Ah! I need to, like, write down a list. But at the same time, humor is very much situational. A joke could be funny in one moment and then completely dull the next. Such is the paradox of humor. Hey! that is it for this path. Now, you. Thankfully, this character is kind of built around regaining health. As you can kind of tell, my primary weapon is inflict box status attack. And then on top of that, I also have something equipped that allows me to regain health every time I cast a spell. Which helps a bit with sustainability. Yeah, because this is oh so welcoming. I believe the next one is Vermiglio. So I should make sure to have Vermiglio equipped. And I think the one after that is... Okay, so I do have Vermiglio. And then I think the next one is actually the Gondolier. What does the aspect of Maya do, by the way? Status negation, okay. My health goes down a bit, but I get a bunch of Elementalist and I get status negation. Worth trying, I guess. Okay, oh wait, while I'm here. Can I upgrade the sword Maya gave me? No. Because that sword might actually come in really handy for inflicting... Oh! I'm actually sort of doing that already. I don't know if... Ah, crap, these guys. I don't know if you were here for that, but I am actually... Part of the reason I'm doing this one right now is because in some of my off time, I am grinding for a run that is catch flame only. It's why you suggested it. So, I'm gonna actually refund that one, and if you would like to suggest a specific incantation, I'll look into it and see what I can do for a future challenge run. Because incantations only is a little too general when I've already started on the specific incantations. Okay, now you're just messing with me. I don't even know what the greatest franchise is. Oh my. Okay, I've actually had other people suggest Resident Evil. Oh, so you do know how to pull. We're gonna come back to this. I am going to get very turned around very frequently with this place. Latumnia is a maze. I think that might actually be a huntress, and I think that might be a mini boss, so we're gonna go back up. Dying Light, I'm just outright going to reject. If you want to suggest Resident Evil outright, please actually put that in there, because I'm not going to remember 5 minutes from now what you said the greatest one, or the greatest Capcom franchise is. I have not, but, and this is going to sound very, very strange coming from me specifically. I'm not a fan of zombie as a genre. I know, for someone who loves the idea of necromancy, that is so bizarre. But but zombie apocalypse as a genre of storytelling is something that I find so overdone, it's not really enjoyable unless it's done in a very unique way at this point. I've rejected requests for The Last of Us for a similar reason. Define unique. They have to do something that kind of subverts the genre. For example, one zombie apocalypse comic that I saw, and it's a webcomic on Webtoon that I actually have to get back to reading, called Rebirth, is, like, it starts off zombie apocalypse, but the people have powers. And then it just kind of goes insane from there. I don't really want to spoil it, but the zombies aren't even actually the main what's wrong with the world. They're not the main conflict. The zombies are a byproduct of the main conflict. And that's not to say that that is the only way to go about it. It's not the humans either. But so frequently with zombie apocalypse stories, it's either the zombies themselves that are the main conflict, or it is specifically humans that are the problem. And the zombies were, like, created by humans because of greed, yada yada yada. No. The whole story of Rebirth happened because something else decided that it had beef with one specific kid. And that is just an interesting premise to me. And that's really where a lot of zombie stories lose me. The main plot is, yeah, there's zombies, the world has ended, and now it's just the living trying to survive against the dead. Okay, but what are you doing with the zombies? And most stories really don't do much with them. It just bothers me to a point where, unless you can manage to convince me that it's a very unique story, I just, as a rule, don't like zombies. Sure, a lot of the subplots of necromancy have been done to death and beyond. Done to undeath, if you will. But at the same time, necromancers are still allowed to be their own characters. Zombies in most cases exist specifically as a plot point and nothing more. And I just think it's a waste. Does that make sense? Actually, that's my problem with a lot of things. I can see concepts in a lot of stories, but the execution being lackluster just immediately kills it for me. And the vast majority of stories with zombies just don't do anything interesting with them. The zombies just exist to be a plot point. Which, at that point, there are so many other things you could do. Why does it have to be zombies? So, yeah, if you can find me a game that's centered around zombies, but they do something actually unique with them. Like, I do want to check out Plants vs. Zombies at some point. I haven't gotten around to that. That, I feel like, would be fun. But from what I've heard, Dying Light doesn't actually do anything interesting with the zombies. It just is another zombie story. There are so many things that are really cool concepts and then just get fumbled. I'm not going to be replaying this game to prove my point on this one, but concept versus execution was honestly my biggest problem with Dragon Age the Veilguard. There were a lot of really cool concepts in that game, but they never did anything with them. Considering how much I loved the Dragon Age franchise, that was such a big insult. From what I gather, a lot of people actually had problems with the concepts themselves, which I find a little weird. Because if you stop and think about it, they didn't really change much there. It's not like they introduced anything too crazy, unless we're talking about some of the complete retcons of Inari lore that involved Tosh. But they never actually let the characters just be characters. Oh my. They tried to do... I really don't want to go into this. Like, I'm not going to be replaying them in general, but that's not extreme. That game pissed me off. And I'm probably not going to be checking out any again. Period. Wait, why are you laughing? If you want to check out any of the Dragon Age games for yourself, do so. But I recommend getting a used copy or something that isn't going to send money back to the parasite of a company that Dragon Age games came from. Again, first three Dragon Ages were actually really good. I had some minor problems with Inquisition, but that was mostly gameplay. Veilguard started off with potential, and then by the end of it turned out to be a fucking disaster. Because they never went anywhere with the ideas. If you're going to do something, commit. Where am I? I wasn't paying attention. Where have I come from? Where did I go? I probably should have been paying more attention than I was. I was saying earlier that Lithuania is likely to get me lost. Why did I... Oh dear. Okay, okay. Why did I stop paying attention to where I was going? I just checked that corner too. I feel so stupid now. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Door opens. This is close to the knot. This is close to the knots. I believe. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. I have heard of Wuthering Waves, but I actually hate gacha mechanics, so I can only really play one gacha game at a time. And I am currently still deep, deep in the Genshin rabbit hole. I admit I do not know what you mean by squeeze. Game. Okay. Yeah. I legitimately like the lore of Genshin Impact. Or, well, I like doing my own deep dives on the side. Admittedly, there's some bits of lore that I have forgotten. Ow. Oh, hey, Not. By the gods, what is that rabble? We're gonna untangle this. But I've never really been a fan of games forcing me to be online to play them, or anything else of that nature, really. Dailies kind of feel like a chore, and gambling in general. I've been burned by gacha games before and don't like it. So when I do play a gacha game, it is not for... I have to love pretty much everything else about the game, or I'm just going to drop it immediately. I do have some gripes with some of the character designs in Genshin, not gonna lie. What? Escoffier comes to mind. But the story and characterization I have to adore, and I do like a lot of Genshin's story beats and characterizations. And the gameplay is generally really nice too. But because of my detestation for a lot of what gacha games rely on to be gacha games, I can't play more than one. Is it not magnificent? Latumnia, City of Wonder, such a beautiful death. Well, in this play, my part is simple. I sit, I admire, I relax. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you expecting some grand adventure? A tragic tale, perhaps? I can hear you creaking in disappointment. There's more to life than lofty goals and endless strife. You'd do well to learn this. Let's see then, hero. Can you embrace the moment? Sit well with me. Let us take in the sights. Now empty your mind. Okay. Congratulations! Truly no— okay, correct. You see you shaking from the heroic effort. Oh dear. Love the gameplay, hate the way you get better. Oh gods help me, why are you staring at me like a petulant child lingering in their parents' doorway? Do you mean you also hate the gacha mechanics? Yeah, elemental restrictions do get annoying. I will very frequently use a newer support for an older DPS, or try to use an older DPS for a newer support. Or, sorry, or use an older support for a newer DPS. I also very much hate when people say that something's not viable. Though sometimes you just gotta be a little creative. For example, in certain... There has actually been one boss where instead of doing what you're supposed to is cleanse, I have actually run Nahida on this team. circumstances is actually pretty stupid because Nahida does so much Dendra application that Flynn's can't really get his, or the electrocharge that he needs. However, there is one specific boss where running Hyper Bloom Flynn's with Nahida is actually, oh dear, my best shot at beating it within a reasonable amount of time. Nahida is the Dendro Archon. A lot of people refer to her as the Radish. Is the lantern guy. There's a lot of times where honestly you're better off just frog. You're better off just tailoring your team for whatever boss it is you want to fight than trying to stick with any specific team comp. In ruby robes you fervently implore, devotion unyielding in her voice you wait. Who are you, desperate one? Her silence eternal might be, but your answer correctly I see. Our final meeting shall be in the deepest reaches of the city. And I believe the third one was the gondola, yeah, this is the gondola guy. Okay, I know roughly where I am. I just need to go back down around. When it comes to games like Genshin where they've got elemental systems, every character has a specific team comp that they tend to work best with. It's what they call the premium team. There we go. However, you can very much get away with not having premium for most. And in a lot of cases, a premium team isn't actually going to cut it against a specific boss. So if you want to use a specific character against that specific boss, you need to tailor you need to actually go through and tailor your team to suit that challenge or whatever you're doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so I know roughly where I am now. I think I've cleared out this section just entirely. I could be wrong. Okay, I just came from there. This connects back here. Alright, I think I actually have to progress now. But I'm a little concerned because there was supposed to be something for the Goddess of Strife somewhere and I haven't found it. Could be that I'm missing it, could be that I just haven't gotten to where it is yet. Actually, okay, you've mentioned... You said you don't like the combat system, or you like the combat system of Genshin, but don't like that in some ways it forces you to use specific characters. Does that mean, or what characters do you have? I'm just thinking back on chat. You had said before that you liked... Oh dear. Combat of Genshin, but... Or at least that's what how I understood that. But you hated that specific character who's requires specific elements and stuff. What characters do you have that you're trying to use? Best in lunge teams. And there's a few different ways you can get that to properly work. You there! What a marvelous fight! Where? Ah, there. Hu Tao is one of my favorite characters. But at this point, she doesn't quite match my Klee. At least not unless I steal Flynn's teammates for her. Which usually if I want, or need Lunar Charged, I'm just better off using Flynn's. Hu Tao's pretty much charged attack spam, so anything that reacts with Pyro you can work with her for. I've actually run Hu Tao as support for my Kaniche, which that actually works really well against bosses. Or pretty well against bosses, I wouldn't say really well. Although lately I've been really liking Burge and Kaniche. Diluc, if you had Dahlia, you could facilitate that. For some reason, Diluc is actually pretty good with plunges specifically. I don't know the exact reason for that. But you'd want Shenyan or Venti, though I think Dahlia could work. The music is louder than me? There's not much I can do about that. Hang on, let's go to advanced audio properties. Let's turn that down to 90. That better? I was mostly muttering to myself. If I'm muttering, then of course it's going to be a little louder. Or well, then of course I'm going to be quieter. Oh, hi. Salutations, my combative friend. Laudomia, pleased to make your acquaintance. The woman you fought, Moretta, a fierce storm of violence she is. And just as seasons change, so too will she return. This I know all too well, regrettably. There was a time when her winter's chill was summer's warmth, my summer. We were close. Too close for the great minds of this pinnacle of society. This city is forward in all the wrong ways, and backwards in all the ones that count. So there we were, chained by pragmatism into unions of nobility with men we detested. Our fate was the same, yet our reaction, well, my Moretta was never one to yield quietly. Noble garb fell to the ground, as bloodied hood took its place. And as each wicked denizen of this foul hive fell, so too did a part of her. I know not what shadowy bargain she struck, but she is not the woman I once knew. There is a darkness within her now, consumed by a sole purpose, to kill until naught stands. Please, I beg you, release her. With each gruesome act of hers, another tender memory fades. Please, keep looking. Keep trying. My heart is with you. Alright. I think I have to go through the Engineers Guild to get anywhere at this point. That is almost certainly a boss. I remember that much. There was some reason that I actually ended a stream early around this section specifically when I first played. Or at least I believe I ended a stream early. I could be wrong. But, yeah, if you are ever playing a game where certain things are required for something, make sure you read everything you have in your inventory. It might surprise you what you can pull off. Sometimes there's also hidden effects that aren't outright stated. These hidden effects can range from... easy to ignore. Yeah, I hate God, just in general. I hate God. I play Genshin because I like the gameplay and lore. And it's a departure from what I normally play. If I happen to miss something, I happen to miss something. Oh well. Okay. Can I even no. Worth a shot, though! Wait, where am I? Okay. So... I'm heading up still, I believe. There's something around here that I'm missing. Here we are. You. And then... I think I actually need to go down in order to go up. I'm sorry, what? I'm going to assume that that was a typo for the sake of my own sanity. Okay, we're doing this. Be open from here. Sad. I feel like I might have actually just gone the exact wrong direction for this, but oh well. Aha! Okay. Let me open this. Why is there a bed in a pool of poison? Why is there a bed in a pool of poison? What? What? Why? That makes no sense. Even less if I stop to think about it. Go down here. And I actually don't know how I'm supposed to get up. I feel like there's an elevator, but at the same time... Really? Hello. apologies. Had to plug my laptop in. I'm trying not to kill the battery, so I'm only plugging it in when it's actually low. Oh, great. Cannot see what you named. I'm in the middle of a boss fight. I heard their name. I will check that later. I got the someone's mask. I'm taking it you're back from ads, Kay? A simple yes or no will do. Waste of a spell. I knew as soon as I cast it. Okay then. What the actual fuck was with that typo? I get that some slip through. But, the ads typo there, adding the I between the A and the D. Little sus, if you ask me. Wait, was that actually a typo, or were you trying to get a rise out of me? I'm wondering if I noticed. Because if you were trying to wonder if I noticed, yeah, I noticed. I definitely noticed. Ah. Okay. Oh, right, this is that really weird section where it feels like it should be connected to stuff, but isn't. For some reason. I don't quite know why. Can I? Thank you! Don't know why that happened. Or how I'm supposed to kill you, but whatever. I should... have done that earlier. Rest. Alright, and then I've got to start putting some more into Bruiser. Because... yeah. 72? Okay. Wrong way. You're gonna be a problem. I can't make you into a juice box. No. Ow. I lost that trade. I very much lost that trade. As just a little guy. And there's big sword. And I want squeeze. Yes. I should dodge. You gonna take it good? Oh no. Vocal sound effect! And then a joke! Ah! I mean, the joke's on you because the joke is me. What? Fuck. I literally can't do anything. Okay. What are we counting as attacking here? What are we counting as attacking? Like, I'll do the whistle along and I'll do... No, no, no. You... you did attacking, but are we counting R1? Or are we counting this? If we're not counting that and it's just the weapon attacks, then I can actually fight. If not, then we're gonna be sitting here for a few minutes while I whistle. Just the R1. I'm gonna bundle in R2 there, so no weapon. Can I? Okay, cool. Or no. I'll have it equipped, but. I just want to use it. Oh, TJ! Hello! How are you today? Where did my sword go? Oh, thanks. Glad to hear you're doing alright. I need to set a timer. I won't be able to talk while I'm whistling, so... the whistling will last until I either die or beat the fight, but the no attacking will last a full 5 minutes. Just 'cause this is getting started at different times. I hit dodge. Alright, you get one more attempt with the whistles, because I hit dodge and then nothing happened. then I hit dodge and nothing happened. Like, I don't want to cheat you out of the points there. Okay, no more whistling, but yes, that was me whistling. I've got about 30 seconds, so that's like one more attempt of no attacking. My whistling will often sound pretty weird compared to what most people are used to with whistling, simply because I whistle primarily with my mouth open. Apparently that's weird. Oh! The timer spooked me, and then I was caught. That was no weapon, and I really do not have... Actually, I guess I do kind of have the stats for it. I just... Ardor Burst does not do much. I think I might actually want to go with black powder banner for this. Just because it will do much more damage. Shame that I can't use the gun like Scriventa could. Oh well. Stay away from you. Nope. I might be dead here. Okay, okay. But yeah, the whistle along redeem is I attempt to whistle along to whatever soundtrack is playing. And that's one of the ones that doesn't really require or I don't put a timer for it. Because there isn't really much of a point in putting a timer for that one. The soundtrack will change if I kill the boss fast enough, and if I don't, well then there's just a few extra attempts there. I mostly don't do a timer with that one because I'm not really able to engage with chat while it's active. So usually it's a boss fight, sometimes it ends up being the area around me. But yeah, the whistle along is and that one's more checked nowadays. I hit a certain checkpoint or die enough times I'm fighting. And I stop, but I have to try and whistle along to the soundtrack before then. Which honestly, that one that one is actually a pretty easy one to whistle along to. I was just bad at it. Ah. That is Death and Despair. Hi, crab. Why did I just get a shard of a miserable memory from a crab? you not know that it was this all along did? I try to put descriptions in the page before you actually accept it or spend your points. Did I need to make that clearer? Or did the description not load? At least for now. This pipe might be useful later, but for now at least it is not to my best interest. Hello? A key. What am I hearing? Huh. I'd like to know why that sometimes gets stuck there. I've acquired nuggets. This, I think, actually leads back somewhere. Or no. Oh boy. I know that there is... Focus on effect. That appears to be your favorite. Ah! Hello? How are you still alive? Quite the funny one? Oh no. Oh boy. I might have to increase the price of that one. Hi? No. No, I don't think we're going that way. Nope. nope, 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 nope. We're just gonna keep our distance. I mistimed that. Almost a gray there on my part. This I think will take me down to the deepest reaches, which is where I do actually want to go there. I need to, I guess I'm going through that area I said I wasn't going through. Well done. I feel like a ruffle. Ow. Alright, drink at that point. Oof. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh me. Fuck. I didn't see the one in the corner. Had I seen the one in the corner, I wouldn't have run in. But that is a lot of Memoria. I don't like that I lost that. Not one bit. Right. I forget I have that particular, effect on. Okay. Get through that. He's too tall for the door! He's too tall for his own doorway! That's amazing! Alright, I should probably stick to melee, honestly, if I want to have chance at all of not taking damage here. Oh no. Go. Alright, yeah, that can happen right here. That is definitely on purpose that you would hit that. Ow! Why? Okay, now I see the corner. And now for getting rid of you, hopefully. Okay, the staff is way too damn good. That works. Pristine mileage. Hold up. I feel like I was already over here. Yeah. Okay, so I died over there for no reason whatsoever. Nice to know. Nice to know. So well. So I need to go up. Before I do anything else, you. Riddance. Yeah, guess what? I can unravel you just by doing that. Is there a way over here? I'm allowed onto the pipe? Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Okay, okay, that was bad. That was seriously bad. Okay. Now I need to deal with the dog. What are you? Hey, caramba. Forgot how much of a pain this section was. I am already down to 9 out of my heals. I am not a doctor. Silence count. I think you're gonna die on the way upstairs, but let's do that. We illegal doctor. Oh dear. Let's see. Let us see. I need to get up here and stomp. Stomp. Well. Okay, that's gonna give me a decent amount of time, but at the same time, that's gonna be... I believe I just watched it disperse. Yeah, okay, I need to get that down there. And then hope that this is a... Hey! Enough time. Am I not allowed to hit the lever? Hello? Thank you. I was denied lever. I was just denied. Why was I denied? Ow, that one actually hurt my throat. Not used to doing the growly. This, and then I go downstairs because there's I swear I hit. I swear I stopped. Once again, I have been denied. Okay, it could also be that this just has a weird timer. The what? What's the HSPK? There we go. I just go. No, I was not. I was definitely not. I was kind of a recluse, and there were multiple occasions where I sat down at a table and people would get up from the table specifically to avoid me. Honestly, I don't know if, or I don't think I want to ever meet the vast majority of people from my high school ever again. Anyway. No, I think they just thought I was creepy. Which, fair. Honestly, some of the things I said back then just to get a rise out of people, I'd have punched me. Path of Innovators, actually. But I really didn't get into fights. I think the closest I ever got to a fight in high school was that one time I misunderstood something and splashed a girl who had just had weave put in. The gym teacher was very quick to defuse that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just thought I was creepy. Or annoying, one of the two. I don't even remember most of what I said back then, but I know that I get a lot of weird looks. I don't like thinking about school. Haha! I don't necessarily know that, but honestly I'd rather stay not knowing. And I'm very much willing to say that I was part of the problem. Hi. Let's continue down here for a bit. You don't have pretty much an entire grade just kind of ignore you, or not really want you, without it, part of it being a problem. No, no, no. We're not doing that. We are not going to be dealing with you on top of this guy. I think I also fell into the category of quiet kid in some regards. And in others, I was just either annoying or creepy. Okay, that's interesting. There is a reason that I'm checking this stuff, by the way. Okay, cool. I don't particularly care if I die over and over again and lose my souls here, because I'm mostly running through this area anyway. Nope. Also death. Huh. So the reason I'm jumping off into the abyss here frequently is because there is actually a god that I have not found. And it's not around here, it looks like. But the god... supposedly, there's a... Because at the beginning of the game, there were 4 minions, and I've only found 3. Or not beginning of the game, but once I got to the theater. Alright. And I only remember where 3 of them are, and I know for a fact I didn't find the 4th last time. But there's a room in... oh dear. This is a boss fight. There's a room in the theater that actually does have something similar to this white stuff. Mask only. That's not possible. That is just outright not possible. Like, you can pick one specific mask, but... reverse one. It doesn't do a lot of damage, as you saw when I used it earlier, but it is still damage, and it's available from the beginning of the game. Welcome to the Gates of Knowledge. Ready your key. Through winding waterways your vessel glides, in a city of bridges where secrets reside. Who are you? Very well, persistent little fly. Proceed. I was not able to get here last time. I'm thinking that the frog was my gate to the god. This is New Game Plus and the last god, or and the one god that I was actually missing. So we'll see how this goes. Admittedly, there is no memory in this case. I've exhausted my memory just getting here. Which means this is new. Hello? Lethal.
Seek not answers here, only questions reside. The universe is the greatest question.
Alright, this is the god of knowledge. How do I deal with you? Hello. Do I hit you? Nope. Can't pass. I can't interact.
Heard cannot be unheard. Seen cannot be unseen. So be it.
So be it. Barn gives riddle. Okay then. Holy Grail at party? What? I mean, I've never actually dealt with Letho, so I have no idea what's going on. I thought I was going to be fighting another god. Because I had to fight Maya, and I had to fight... Holy Grail at portal. Still don't quite know what you mean there, but... I've never actually dealt with Letho, so I don't know. I should head back to the theater. Makes sense that I wouldn't be able to do the, quest of
Frog-shaped horse. A horse-sized frog? Has your mind departed? Or has mine? Or have they frolicked off hand in hand? Never mind. Just keep it out of my sight.
Pulcinella's like, what did you bring here? Please let Pulcinella know that he does not cease his memory all night. I'll have his mandolin for supper! Despair not, little fly. Fail and fail again. You will never lose as long as you always try. This castle, I must say, is a nice change from the musk of a canal. Okay. Okay, so the frog wants to eat your...
Ciao, masterless one.
The frog is staring directly at you and wants to eat your instrument. Letho should be over here, because this is the only other...
The tower, ill omens swell beneath the tails of men. Wars and victors, the just and decried. What noble justifications entropy assigns itself. Cycles endless, layers over layers. The curse of life cycle too short for foresight.
They're interesting. Tower, a tale complete.
Sent to lose the man, yet insight stifles all minds.
Tree, rock, beast, man, puppet, technicalities of form. The universe knows not life nor death, only an infinity of states.
Okay, that's in direct conflict with Maya.
This is but one of many rounds on the ladder that spans the cosmos, shrouded by the unknown. Seek solace in the veil, for what lay beyond may blind you.
Interesting.
I sent your rebels to the battle.
Now I am. Soon we are.
Color Master.
Tree, rock, beast, man, puppet, technicalities of form.
Miracles man-made, and nature's wrath I see. Yet this thing, Leto,
Leto, no.
it is beyond me. Beyond us all, perhaps. Unearthed beneath Litumnia. Yet there are whispers it came from the stars themselves. Its form chiseled by men. Its name taken from the mad. All who peered beneath the veil, lost within their minds. A fallen wish or nightmare banished from the cosmos. One question I crave not the answer to.
Considering Leto itself said something along similar veins.
Long time no see. Greetings, traveler. Arrivederci. Farewell. And see you around.
Interesting. Okay. So...
Greetings, puppet. How curious, yet natural it is to speak to a creature of the forest. I wonder, does that course through you? You strike me as an oak. Resilient, sturdy, reliable. The change, I feel it. Nature is flowing again. The dead lay Rosso hope. Funny, isn't it? The change. Greetings. I wonder. You strike me as an oak.
Alright, so what is it that I'm missing for Veltha and Leto? The coin, I'm pretty sure, is towards the end of
Temperance, the ultimate goal. The hound of war chases the scent, oblivious to the master's leash. True balance lies beyond the edge of a blade. Do not take free will for granted. I know I did. Master of self, master of all.
Okay.
If only... Boom! Must you dawdle, sir? Must you hound all the... If a... Boom!
Okay, so that was a one-time conversation. Leto, do you have anything else to say? Or actually, I should probably talk... No, I don't have the coin for the merchant yet. And I don't know what Leto needs. I'm fairly certain there's something I can give to Veltha, but I don't know where it would be.
The universe knows places but one. Many seek solace in the veil. What lay beyond may blind you.
Okay, I think that finding something I did not find in my previous run is as good a spot as any to call it, though. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist, so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently also to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, currently to TikTok, and currently to Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now, though I don't blame you if you do not wish to check any of that out. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. I would, however, like to reach 200 followers by the end of 2026. That is my one goal. I am refunding that, okay? Sorry. You get your points back at least. Tomorrow, provided everything goes according to plan, I'll actually be playing Darksiers Genesis with Magnifico. I'm not entirely sure how that works when it's not couch co-op. We may end up having to... We might actually end up doing essentially one level per day. And then Thursday and Friday, it'll be back to 9 souls. I'll hopefully be finishing off the Empyrean District. I don't know exactly, but I believe this Friday, I still have to check in on that, I'm going to be playing D&D with some other streamers. So if you're interested in that, check out the Cosmic Bonfire. The link to that is in the chat now. And then I'll be back to this, and probably finishing up Latunia. I think we're actually going to be finishing the game next week. I wasn't kidding when I said that Latunia was the last major area in the game. Defeating defeating Pantalone and Balanzone unlocks Arlecchino. And once you have Arlecchino unlocked, you can't go back and finish the frog's riddles. So, hopefully I find what it is I'm missing for Veltha and figure out what Leto's deal is. I'm pretty sure I'm done with Maya. I am pretty sure that the merchant actually... Oh, actually, I should talk to the merchant real quick. Before I forget. pretty sure the merchant's quest just kind of gets unlocked, or the final thing gets unlocked.
Ah, yes. Excellent choice.
Most excellent.
Yeah, pretty sure the merchant's final thing just gets unlocked as part of the main story. But Veltha and Leto are a little different. Leto wasn't even available to me last time because I didn't go back with the gondolier mask. Because if I remember correctly, the gondolier's mask outright required me to farm for it, which was not something I had any interest in doing until it was already too late. So Leto is actually pretty easy to miss if you're not paying attention. So yeah, probably finishing the game next week. We'll see. One moment. I will have to run, but we are going to be raiding Pikuchi, who is playing Lies of P, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.